All right, welcome everybody to the May Go Team meeting for Carver Steam, our last one of the school year. We are going to get started by taking attendance. All right, welcome everybody to the May Go Team meeting for Carver. Okay, there we go. So we will start by taking attendance. Miss Hunter isn't here, so I can run through and take attendance real quick. Carla Wells.
Here.
All right. Queen LaRosa Harden Green. Tara Morton. Adam Stanley, I am present. Teresa Hunter is not. Marsha Williams.
Present.
Devron Woodruff.
Here.
Peppers.
Present.
And Javen. All right, I got a couple extras with me over here. So we do have a quorum. So we'll get started with our agenda. We didn't make quorum last time. So we'll start with the approval of our agenda for this time around. Can I have a motion to approve our agenda for our meeting?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
A second.
All right, so all in favor to approve the agenda for the May 11th meeting today, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. All right, any abstain? Okay, so we can move on to discussion. Sorry, we don't have any discussion items. We have some information items, our principal's report from Mr. Fuller.
All right, guys. So first off, I know, I just want to just acknowledge everybody just for being a consistent member of the Go team. I want to just point out that I know our Go team this right now, I think we have a lot of room for growth, and it starts with myself and the internal team, and then expanding to becoming a fully functional operational Go team that we're moving and shaking and really driving for change in the school. And I think that there were a lot of things from a school standpoint that we had to get done this year, and we did get done. And so I'm just I'm proud to say that I don't want to say we completed our first year because we still have graduation. And so, but I do want to just go ahead and I'm going to recap our school year in 30 seconds. It's not 30 seconds, but I'm going to recap our school year just so what the school team here has done. And then I think where I want to just stop with not stop, but just kind of end with where I want the Go team to go for the future and what this team I think really could mean for Carver. So one is I want to talk about the achievements that we've accomplished this year. One is we've hit the all-time high for scholarship money. We've exceeded the previous year by well over $1 million. We're at I think we're at almost 6 million, I believe, in scholarship money at this point, and that's for a small senior class. So we also had a Gates Millennial Scholar come through Carver Steam and walk through purpose-built schools, and Aquinas Clemens, who will be attending Rice University in the fall. We've increased the amount of kids who attend dual enrollment and ACCA, which is really fantastic. We increased our average daily attendance by 20% in the realms of CCRPI indicators, which is awesome. We've seen, I can't share the numbers because they are embargoed, but we have seen academic growth and an increase in our overall content mastery score for this school year, which is fantastic. Of course, we're not perfect. We got to keep on growing, but we are moving up in the right direction. I'm excited about where that will take us in the future. We also got the state comprehensive support list, which is the first time I'll say probably since they invented the thing that we're off the list. And so our goal is to stay off that list, but we did it. The staff did it here. And so that's a huge victory for those of you who may not be familiar. To get off the state comprehensive support list is a huge accomplishment. We increased our AP course loads from having 0 to having 8 this year. We'll have 9 next year. as far as everything goes right now, because we'll be adding AP Computer Science and increasing our course loads, and what we offer for kids is a way to attract families who don't traditionally attend Carver. It's a way to attract and retain students who come to Carver and feed into Carver. It's a way to attract kids who are in APS who want to come to Carver as well, and also kids who are at charter schools who want to come to Carver. So we're doing the right work by increasing our course offerings, and that's what's best for kids. We're also, as we always talk about, not always, but we mention it often, we're also adding a pathway in aviation, which will lead our kids into the future where they'll be able to graduate from Carver eventually with a pilot's license or aviation mechanics certificate, and that's where that program will go. And also in the future, looking to add urban agriculture as well. And so those are things that we're doing that are innovative, and it's really powerful. We're also on the path to be fully staffed by the end of the month, and so that's also awesome as well. You know, we also retained a lot of our teachers, and so for a school that traditionally had a lot of turnover, we had a little bit of turnover, but we got some good talent coming in. And we have teachers who, left for different reasons, primarily personal life stuff, but they weren't running out of Carver, which I thought was that was a change. I don't feel like any teacher left because they hate it here. I feel like every situation was like a life circumstance or a promotion. And so, shout out to everybody for, finding their happiness. And I thought that was great. I've developed 3 pillars next year I want to work on for the school, and it's going to be bucketed into 3 things: the student experience, the adult experience, and academic achievement. And so those are things I want to focus on next year as a school, is how are adults experiencing coming to work and making them happy? How are we making students excited about coming to Carver? And then what are we doing to improve student achievement? And then lastly, our goal, we're still on path to achieve our highest graduation rates in the modern Carver history of 80% and above. Last year we were at 77, where we experienced the highest growth for graduation rate in APS previously. So we're looking to continue to exceed the graduation rate, and that is exciting. So we will continue to drive for that. But overall, I would say that this school year has been an extreme success. I think Carver is now a place that's conducive to learning, is prepared to take on students in the future. And I think that, even small things like having our band coming back and and things like that, and like us building a more traditional school culture has all been, has been a strong staple here at Carver. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be in it for the long haul. And I do think that, there's things we can do better, of course. So when we reminisce on the school year, we reflect. And so we'll be very critical of that, because we were, I would consider that Carver this time last year was in a state of emergency. And I do think that we're in a good space now to lead into the future. With our Go team as it stands right now, I would like to see this move into instead of just, I want this to become a space that I think, one, is more intimate by meeting in person. So I do think that's something we can move to next year. And I like for it to have tangible results. And that may be myself and Mr. Stanley and others going and observing some Go teams that are a little further along, that are deemed model Go teams. I know everybody on here is capable and is a mover and shaker in their own right. And so I think that it might take a couple, like maybe myself and one other person, to go and just observe a few things to see how to functionally move as a principal with a Go team, or as a Go team lead with a Go team. And so I'm committed to the Go team, and I'm committed to ensuring that you guys are involved in this turnaround and having that impact. So that's pretty much my report. But I just thank you guys for the year. Please come by to Carver and get you a Carver shirt. We do appreciate you. It's a small token of appreciation, but it's the least we can do. But I am happy to have served with you this year. I'm very proud of Carver, where we are. And I mean, I couldn't have imagined the school year going any better in my first year's principal. So I'm proud to serve, and for what it's worth, I just appreciate being here and having the opportunity to be a principal of a high school. It means the world to me. So I just thank you guys for your commitment. And I know it's not easy to give up your Thursday evenings on Thursdays and stuff like that. And so I get it. So I just appreciate you guys taking time for your families, even though they'd be crawling across the screen or whatnot. But I appreciate everybody hearing what you do. And thank you, Mr. Stanley, for always being consistent, and everybody else, community members, Deborah, Ms. Peppers, everybody. Mr. Joseph Williams, Ms. Wells, everybody who's supported. I just thank you guys so much. And we'll take it in the summertime, and we're running back again next year, y'all. But we're gonna really step our game up, and it's gonna start with me utilizing the great people in this forum to move forward. So I do thank you guys for your commitment and support.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Sorry, I'm pulling my agenda back up. Wait, one thing you're talking about reminded me of a book I was reading. I forget it was. I was trying to find the title of it, but it's on leadership, and it talked about the flywheel. I feel like we've got that flywheel turning, and it'll pick up momentum as we become more consistent and continue the same practices we started this year, next year, and it'll just pick up more and more momentum. So I feel like we started turning that flywheel. Here's our agenda here. Are there any other informational items or announcements, I should say, for the good of the group?
Adam, can I make a comment? I just want to congratulate you, Mr. Fuller, as well as the faculty and all of the support staff. I mean, it's really has been a year of tremendous growth. You know, as a parent, I feel that definitely the school is going in the right direction. And, it's an honor really to be a part of the Go Team and to hear, of the changes and the plans and the implementation, which is a task in itself. It's definitely not easy. And, at least I'm speaking for myself, I don't expect overnight changes, but I really just appreciate all of you guys' consistency and dedication to addressing, some of the concerns and putting the action plan in place. And now we're, seeing results. I do want to add, I'm looking forward to serving next year if you guys have me. That we also talk about how we can improve parent engagement. And also before others had joined, I mentioned that maybe we can also meet in person for a couple of our meetings as well, because I know I would like to come to the school a little bit more often and to talk to the teachers as well as the students and meet parents. So just a round of applause to all of you guys.
Thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. It's always good to hear feedback from our greatest stakeholders, and that's certainly the students that we serve and the families that choose Carver. So thank you. If there's no more announcements or like that, we are free to adjourn. Can somebody make a motion to adjourn our meeting?
I make a motion that we adjourn our meeting.
All right, somebody second that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, so all in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
All right, guys, we are adjourned for our final Go Team meeting for the 22-23 school year. Thank you all for your support this year. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.